instructor-led, easy-to-follow online classes.
Hi everybody, my name is Jian Oh and I'll be your instructor for Speaking Listening 500. I hope to get to know all of you better in the next 10 weeks. Welcome to class.
When we face the problem, look for other choices and various possibilities.
In this lesson, we're going to talk about essay introductions. For this kind of essay, your introduction only needs to be 3 to 5 sentences.
Our online English learning instruction uses innovative technology to bring together the student and teacher for an engaging learning experience. UC Irvine Extension teachers have designed innovative learning exercises and unique tools. To learn more, contact us at UCI ESL at uci.edu. Join us and learn English online with the University of California Irvine English Language Program. See you online.
And yes, you are seeing us online as we are live. Welcome everybody. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today and welcome to this webinar of UCI Irvine. As you just heard a little introduction already, but we will be going over to California in just 30 seconds or so. My name is Luc Mulling, as mentioned, and basically I want to just mention to you a couple of things that you can interact with us in various ways. So I already saw a couple of people were chatting with us. You can do that indeed on the right bottom, and maybe tell us where you're logging in from. That would be great to hear. Whilst you do that, you can also write your questions at any time. Please use for that the panel called questions. There you can write them at any time, and we'll be making sure that we get an answer, hopefully, to you at the end of the session. I'll also be opening up a couple of poll questions. Actually, I already opened up one, just to get to know you a little bit better, what you find important in selecting a university program, for example. Already some people responded, thank you. And I will be opening up a couple of more. And last but not least, we have a little fun button to really make it even more interactive. At the bottom of the screen, you see a button called React. If you click on that, you can react any choice exactly. That's just to know nicely for the presenters that you are there and just to make it even more fun and interactive. All right, let's go over to the presenters because we'll have the three ladies with us and they're going to introduce themselves. So go over to Kristen and thank you for introducing yourselves. And please unmute the, yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Good morning from California. I can't even say it's sunny today. We're actually having a rainy day, but we are here in Southern California to talk to you about opportunities to learn English in California. And we're actually going to start today with an English lesson from our instructor, Karen, here. So a little bit about us first. My name is Kristen Kelly. I am the marketing manager for our international programs here. I have Elise Diaz with me, who is an enrollment coach, and Karen Vallejo, who is our English language instructor, who will be giving a lesson later today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Elise Diaz. I'm one of the enrollment coaches, part of our enrollment management department here at UCI TCE. What we do is that we make sure that our students have all of the information they need in order to make their choice in attending a program with us. So, hola, mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Elise Diaz. Yo soy una de los enrollment coaches aquí en nuestro departamento de enrollment management. Como pueden mirar, yo puedo hablar español. Si ustedes tienen preguntas en español, puedo tratar para ayudarlos, ¿ok?
I'm Karen Vallejo, that's the California pronunciation. I do answer to Vallejo or Vallejo, either one. I do not speak Spanish, but I understand a lot. I am one of our English language instructors here, and I teach in many of our programs, and I'll be presenting a short lesson for you today.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the agenda for our webinar this morning. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our school in general. You're going to have an ESL lesson from Karen. We're then going to talk about our specific ESL programs here, including a Latin America discount that we have available for students from Latin America. And then we'll let you know how to learn more about any of our programs or your specific situations and have an open Q&A for you. So we are the University of California, Irvine. We are one of the campuses of University of California. So you may have heard of UC Los Angeles, UCLA, UC Berkeley. These are all campuses of University of California. And we are Irvine. We are located, as you can see on the map, in Southern California, in between Los Angeles and San Diego on the California coast. UCI has been ranked a top 10 public university in the United States. We are ranked the #1 safest city of its size in the United States since 2005. So that's going unbroken for 20 years now that Irvine has been ranked the safest city. We are ranked #3 in the US for diversity here at the school. And the economy of Orange County, where we are located, is ranked the 45th largest in the world. So there is a vast economy going on here that is thriving with especially a lot of tech industries and a lot of like gaming. There's a lot of different industries that have their headquarters here. And that's why it's been referred to now as the Tech Coast. So there is Silicon Valley in the north, and then down here they call themselves Silicon Valley of the South, or the Tech Coast of California. So I'm going to pass it on for your ESL lesson to Karen.
Hi, good morning. We're going to talk about some confusing word pairs in English. And let me see if I can get closer to the computer so I can advance the slides for you. Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Thank you. So we're going to talk about some confusing word pairs in English. And some questions that come up are, should I use do or make in certain situations? And what about make and take? Okay. So first, we'll look at a pair of words that are often confused. These are do and make. Go ahead. Let's listen to this conversation. Sorry, I'm two people today. So Sam says, good morning, Tina. I am so hungry. Can you help me do some breakfast? What do you mean? We don't do breakfast, but I can help you make some eggs for breakfast if you want. Oh, okay. After I eat some breakfast, I will make some homework. Maybe you can help me with that. What do you mean? Teacher? Only teachers make homework. I'm a student, so I do homework. Oh, well, okay. I will do some homework after breakfast. Then I need to clean my clothes. All my clothes are dirty. Can you help me make my laundry? Sam, why did you wait to wash your clothes until all of them are dirty? But yes, this afternoon I will help you do your laundry. You don't make laundry. So in English, there is a difference between when we use do and make. These are just some examples. There are always exceptions in English, but these are some basic guidelines. We use do to describe actions that are duties, obligations, or very often repetitive. We use make to describe creating something or producing things. These are actions you generally choose to do. Okay. So here are some nouns that we often use with do or make. Notice with do in the blue box, jobs, activity, work, gardening, housework, painting, homework, ironing, exercise, cleaning, dishes, shopping, business, cooking, chores, laundry. And with make, we often use food, breakfast, dinner, money, coffee, change like in making change in money, decision, mistakes, a comment, a phone call, a sound or noise, an appointment, a picture, a promise, a wish, or a bed. So let's try some exercises. We'll go to the next screen. And I have some, the answers were already there. I prepared it so you wouldn't see the answers, but let's look at these sentences. Mary wants to Yes, it's make lunch for her family, not do lunch. Alejandro needs to do some work on his car. Julia did her homework last night, not made her homework. Luis and Daniel are doing some exercises with their father. I am very careful with my work. I don't usually make mistakes. Jose did not make any sound when he left his room for some candy. My son made the picture on my desk. Okay, sorry, the answers were already there. I was hoping you'd be able to decide some of these. Let's go to the next screen. We have another pair of words that are often confused, and these are make and take. And some of these we will see in the next conversation. So we have Sam and Tina again. So Tina starts. Sam, do you see that star in the sky? Let's take a wish on it. What? What do you mean? We don't take a wish, but it is beautiful. I will make a wish on that star now. Me too. My wish is that we will make a trip together. What do you mean? Oh, you want us to take a trip together. That could be a nice vacation. Where do you want to go? Well, Florida is nice in the spring, and New York is always exciting. We should not take a decision now. We have time to plan. Okay, Tina, during the next few weeks, we can discuss this. Then we can make our decision. Right now, let's not make any more noise because I see a nightbird in that tree. Oh, let me try to, should I make or take a photo of it? You can take a photo of the bird. Now, isn't that interesting? We take a photo, but when you draw a picture, you make a picture. So these are some interesting differences. So here are some nouns that we use with take and make. These are not always true. You can have some different meanings when you use one noun with another, as I just mentioned with photo and picture. So with take, you take a bath or a shower. You take a bus, an airplane, a train, or a taxi. And this doesn't mean you're stealing it like you take money. That's a different thing, right? These are expressions that go together. We'll continue there. Take a trip or a vacation. That's the same thing. Take a test. Take a seat. That's when you find your seat and sit in it. Take a break or take time off. Take a job. That's when you get a new job. Take a look at something. Take a photo. And take a nap. A nap is a small sleep in usually the middle of the day. We use make with, again, some of these are the same we had before, with food, lunch, make a law, make an apology, make a friend, make a list, make a decision, a mistake, a comment, a phone call, a noise or sound, an appointment, a picture, that's when you create it, a promise, make a wish, and make a bed is when you prepare the bed after you wash the sheets and you put the sheets back on and you make it look beautiful. That is make a bed. It's not building a bed. That would be a different thing. Okay, and let's look at some example sentences. Again, here we have the answers already given in the green boxes, but hopefully you will take these into account. Number 1, Alice makes breakfast for her family every morning. Ruben needs to take his seat. The movie will start soon. Juana made only one mistake on her test yesterday. The players are taking showers now after their soccer game. Okay, my mother always makes a list before she goes to buy food. I moved to a new city, so I made some new friends. Rosa and Jose are taking an airplane to fly to New York City. Okay, so those are some good examples for you. Maybe you took some screenshots. Oh, take a screenshot. All right, let's look at the last one. This is the end of our lesson for today. I thank you for listening. I wish you all the best in your goal of improving your English. I need to go and teach my grammar class right now. So I will pass this off to Elise and she will talk to you next. So please excuse me as I exit. Have a good day, everybody.
Hello. Thank you so much to Karen for lending us her skills. She's a very accomplished instructor here with us, and hopefully you learned a little bit new with your English. So we're going to talk about how you can come learn ESL here at the Division of Continuing Education. So we are a division at University of California, Irvine. So the programs that we offer in continuing education, these are not degree programs. So students do not come to DCE to earn a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. What we have, as you can see on the slide, are English language programs, our individualized study program, which does have some ESL courses and components. Students have options for internships and OPTs after certain programs, like the Accelerated Certificate Program, our Academic Study Abroad Program, and our Success Through Academics and Research. So today, as we're focusing on ESL, we're going to be talking about our English language program and then our Individualized Study Program. So starting here with our intensive English, this is offered every quarter. We do run on the quarter system, which aligns with the season. So we have fall, spring, winter, and summer. And each quarter is 10 weeks of courses. So the intensive ESL is offered every quarter for 10 weeks. So students in our intensive ESL courses are usually preparing for university level study, career advancement, or the accomplishment of their own personal goals. Our ESL classes are small. We keep these small. They're usually about 16 students. They are taught by dedicated, highly trained instructors with an average of over 10 years of teaching experience. And students in these classes usually prepare to score higher on the TOEFL or IELTS ESL tests. To the right, you can see the curriculum for the intensive ESL. And what happens is when you arrive, you'll take a placement test that will place you into one of our levels, either from fundamentals through advanced. And that's about 7 levels worth. So students can come not knowing any English. Students can come with a great command of English and still stay and repeat and continue to learn. So from the fundamentals through level 5, you would have a total of 20 hours of classes a week divided into grammar and writing, reading and vocabulary, and speaking and listening. When you get to the advanced levels, which are 6 and 7, you have 18 hours of class focused on reading and writing, speaking and listening, and one elective of your choice. Some examples of the electives would be like business English, pronunciation, idioms. Things are a little bit more advanced that you can dive into further. The tuition for ESL is $4,500 per quarter. And I do believe that you'll receive these slides later. So we have included links to these pages directly so that you would be able to see more information on our website. So this is what you can expect from the ESL course. You can also take one quarter of ESL and then leave. Some students take 1 quarter and they advance and keep continuing on with their English language training. Some students even take ESL and then continue on to some of our other programs, such as the certificates. So that is always an option as well. This is just one entry point into Division of Continuing Education. Our next program is our Individualized Study Program. So this is offered in the winter and summer quarters. So here in the Northern Hemisphere, this is usually January, February, March, and then June, July, August, or July, August, September, depending on the year. And the Individualized Study Program is exactly what it sounds like. It's very individualized, so it's flexible. You can come for 2 through 8 weeks, however works best for you. This program is designed to help boost your resume or university application through academic and practical experience in UCI undergraduate level courses. So you need to be at least 18 years old to participate in this program. We do have flexible intakes for the length of study, like I mentioned. So you can do just 2 weeks, you can do 4, 6, or 8 weeks long. But I-20s, which is a document if you're on an F1 student visa, is only issued if you do at least 4 weeks of study. Otherwise, students can sometimes do the 2 weeks on, for instance, B2 visitor visas. And in this program, you get to participate in a variety of special presentations, tours, advising sessions, and social events. And you can see the curriculum here. So on our website, it is a little bit more detailed each session, so you can see the actual breakdown of when courses are offered and how long those courses are. But here's what we're looking at for even this summer. So advanced writing composition, American culture, business and communication, ESL for pharmacy. I won't read through the whole list, but essentially you could look at the schedule and decide you want to take this course for 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks you'll take this course, or kind of mix and match whatever would work for you, as long as there's continuity in what you are studying. So you can see it's also a mix. It's not just ESL. There are also academic-based programs such as integrating AI, international financial markets. So there's a wide range of opportunities in this program. And again, it's in winter and summer, so it really does attract a lot of students on vacation times or during breaks from school to help supplement what they're already doing at their home universities. And again, there's a link there at the bottom to go to our website directly when you receive these slides if you wanted to learn more. So now we have a Latin America discount. So students from Latin America can get 20% off of tuition through fall of 2026. So if you were interested in studying in these and you have citizenship from a Latin America country, you would simply write Latin America promotion on your application and you would get 20% off of your tuition.
Pues ahorita, como dijo Kristen, tenemos un descuento para estudiantes para que son ciudadanos de un país latinoamericano. Esta promoción va a ser hasta el año 2026, en el otoño. En su aplicación pueden escribir Latin American Promotion o Promoción Latinoamericana para poder recibir este descuento de 20% de la matrícula.
Okay. Now I'm going to pass on to Elise to tell you how you can learn more, not just about us, but from students about our programs.
So hello, we have a really nice program that is called Unibuddies, and this is a feature that if you visited our website, you'll be able to see. Sometimes it's in the lower corners where there's certain bubbles as pictured there, where it's students who have gone through some of the programs that we have mentioned right now, such as ESL, ISP. There's also other ones such as our academic study abroad program, accelerated certificate program. So if you have any questions about maybe how life is here in Southern California, or something about like how are the teachers, how are the classes, maybe best recommendations here in Southern California, you can definitely connect with an ambassador. One thing to note though is that these are not live chats. These are former students who will get back to you within a 48-hour period, but we highly recommend that if you have any questions in terms of the insights as to how our programs are, well, living here in Southern California, you go ahead and benefit. All right, so. And then something else too is, as I mentioned earlier, I'm one of the enrollment coaches, part of our enrollment management team. So as you can see, the rest of my team is there and all their lovely smiles. So what we do is that we make sure that our students have whatever information they need in order to choose a program that will best fit their academic and personal goals, whether that be just because you want to learn English, or maybe eventually you're interested in enrolling in a university, or maybe you're doing this because of your different job opportunities. So me and the rest of are here to help you to make sure that you have the information you need in order to succeed in your studies and plan your studies with us. You can always email us. Our email address is there. It's dce-coaches@ce.uci.edu, or give us a call at 949-824-5414. Again, this information will be provided to you as well. On our website, you can also submit a request with a more detailed question if you feel comfortable that way. We're here, so since we're in California, we're on Los Angeles time, but our offices are open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. here to answer any questions that you may have, okay?
And on that note, We are ready to take question and answers, not only about UCI and our programs, but any questions you might have about being a student here, Southern California culture. You also have our contact information there, ways to connect with us, see our social pages in the event that that would help you. But otherwise, we're here to take questions.
Okay, that's where I come back in. So great, thank you already for the presentation. And we did indeed already receive some questions, so that's great to see from the audience. We'll go over that. I just want to highlight a couple of things. First of all, the live audience, you can, of course, write your question at any time now. I also know that a lot of people these days watch the recording. And so if you're watching this, you can actually write your questions still. So you can still participate. We cannot answer your questions right now, of course, but we will capture them and send them through to the staff of UCI. Okay, so you can still do that. You can also still answer the polling questions that I've been submitting. And there was still another one coming up. And so you can interact in that way still, even though you're watching the recording. All right, let's go over to some of the questions. Beres, I think it is, asked the question, does the university provide dormitory?
So we do not provide dorms except in the summer quarter. You have the option to stay in the dorms on campus. Otherwise, we do work with many accommodation providers. So on our website, we have a page dedicated to accommodation options for you that have been vetted by UCI that we trust and recommend. And you would get to choose what feels best for you. So some students prefer staying in an apartment with like a roommate or even alone. Some students want homestay. So we make these options available for you to choose from, but they are not offered by us specifically except for a dorm option in the summer.
Okay. Great, thank you. I hope that answered the question. The question from Lois, can I apply having B2 English level?
Yes, you can apply having a 0 English level. Our ESL program specifically does not have any, what's the word? There's no restriction.
Yeah, so there's no restriction as to which level you would have to be in order to enroll in ESL. Our main goal is to help everyone, no matter their level, improve their English. So if you have a lower or a higher level, we highly recommend that you enroll, whether it be just because you want to speak English casually, maybe you plan on visiting the United States, or if you have your different academic goals. We prepare you for different English exams as well, such as TOEFL, IELTS, and obviously for higher academic study. So whatever your level is, you're completely welcome to apply.
I will say that that is for the ESL program. If you happen to see our other programs on our website, they will be very specific about the different levels of English that you need to have to apply. But our ESL program specifically welcomes anyone of any level.
Okay, thank you. Then we go over to the next question. So we have a question again from Luis. Yeah, in Spanish. So it was about the promotion. If it's only for people from Spain, sorry, only from Latin America and not for Spain.
Yes, this is only for those residing in Latin America. So unfortunately, not for Spanish students.
Okay. Thank you. We have a sad face, but yes, unfortunate. But this is for those people indeed. A question. I don't know about the pronunciation of the name, but it's about the visa. Do you provide a visa for your students?
So we don't issue the visa. That's the embassy is the one who is in charge of issuing that visa. What we provide is an I-20 that you will then take to your local U.S. embassy in order to apply for the F1 student visa. So we have also immigration advisors. If you once you apply and you're accepted, if you have questions about the visa process, our advisors are very helpful and they'll guide you through the process. We also provide instructions on how to do so, but we'll give you the document that is called an I-20, so then you can go ahead and apply for the F1 student visa at your local U.S. embassy.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, we have another question. Yeah, question from Kaisa. Are there scholarships or financial aid options available? Well, you just mentioned the one from Latin America, but is there from, I assume Kaisa is not from there, other scholarships or financial aids?
So our programs do not have financial aid. We do offer a very modest, small scholarship. The details are available on our website, but it does require that you study with us first. So basically, you need to have already completed a course here, and then you can apply for the scholarship for another course that you take. So it does exist, but it's pretty limited, and you would need to be a student first, if that makes sense.
I hope so. Well, I see the thumbs up, so I guess it is good. Let's see. Next question we have is from Beres. Is there an age limit? Well, it says for the session, but I assume for the course.
No, only the minimum age of 18 for our programs, and no age limit. We have students of all ages enrolled in all of our programs.
Okay, thank you. All right, I see a question from Daniel about undergraduate program. Yeah, I assume this is for different programs. So this is about the English course, right? Maybe you can answer that about undergraduates.
There is no restriction on student citizenship to apply to DCE or UCI. Any student around the world is welcome to apply and enroll.
And then also, it doesn't matter if you're like a recent like high school graduate, or if you're in college. We actually do have some university students that come and they maybe spend a quarter or two here studying English with us and then go back to their home country. I would recommend probably speaking to your home university and just making sure that your status there is okay, because you don't want to go back and then it messes up with whatever degree that you're pursuing in your home country. But definitely, as Kristen mentioned, open to students of all ages and all backgrounds.
And we do have a lot of students, like I mentioned, during like winter and summer when they're on break from their universities. This is how they choose to spend their break. So they might come do ESL or one of like the ISP to fund our courses. So again, we have students from all different situations who come and take part in our programs.
Okay, great. Good to see and hear. And meanwhile, I am opening up another poll just to make sure. So do have your answers as well. If you have not answered any of the polls yet, please let us know a bit of your feedback, just to get to know you a little bit better and to also be able to service you. So, for example, the poll I just put is, what kind of information are you still looking for? So that is good to know for us to see, if we can maybe answer that as well. All right. Let's see if we have more questions. We do. We had another question from Beres. Can I do this program if I'm not a student?
Yeah, that's completely fine. So you don't have to be a current student, as I mentioned before, in a high school, a university. That's completely fine. If you want to come over just to improve your English or benefit from any of the other programs that we offer, you're definitely free to do so. You might not be a student right now, maybe at an institution in your home country, but you'll definitely be welcome as one of our students.
Okay, great. Thank you. So Magda has a question. Until when can I sign up for the program?
We encourage you to apply as soon as possible, just so you have time to get the documents and the visa, because there can be different waiting lengths at your embassy. But applications are generally due 37 days before the start of the program. So basically a month and a week before the program is due to start is the application deadline.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's see if we had another question. I think those were the questions we've received so far. So that's great. If you have still a question, we can answer that. I do see, so we got some polling results in. So maybe interesting to go over that. First of all, the most important part in selecting university program is the international touch and the budget, but also the quality of professors. So that's nice to know. And there's a tie between the goal of why choosing ESL, both being academic and personal. So that is good to know. If you haven't answered that, let us know. And lastly, maybe nice to know about the information people are still looking for. The top one is cost of living. So I don't know if that's something you can maybe still touch upon.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have any hard numbers. Where we are in Southern California, there is a high cost of living. With that being said, students are pretty flexible to kind of create the arrangement that works for them. So like I mentioned with their accommodations, you can choose if you want homestays versus your own apartment. You can choose to have roommates. You can choose to live solo. You can choose homestay options that include meals, that don't include meals. So there are lots of ways to find what will work with your budget. So there's some flexibility there. Also, as a student, you do get a lot of student discounts. So you would have, you would be considered a UCI student. There's a lot of student discounts at places. And UCI also has a lot of resources for students, such as free shuttle buses to get around the campus. A lot of the students ride their bikes. The apartments that students tend to live in that we work with are very close. They are walkable. Students might take the shuttles. Shuttle stops go there. And there are definitely resources here to help students. But quite frankly, this is a high cost of living area, but you might be able to do things that would work in your budget with your specific situation. There's a lot of room to work with that. So I'm sorry I don't have hard numbers, but if you were to go on our website, you might be able to see more realistically what, for instance, accommodation would cost you based on what you would be interested in. That is provided by those accommodation partners since it's not with UCI. So you would have to go through them to see what they would be charging in specific quarters and with certain parameters set, like if you had a roommate or living solo and things like that.
Okay. Great, thank you. I'd like to mention actually regarding the website, so there's a couple of links I've put in this platform. If you go to the bottom of the screen, you can click on apps, and there you find a tab called links. So open apps and links. Then you find a couple of links there. So for example, how to apply, so that you can click on it, and I can actually put it now on the screen. Maybe that's a little bit easier. So there we go. Just opened up on your screen. So you can click on it, and then you can browse at your own pace after this session. And also there's Ask a Student. So you can also see that that was mentioned before. Okay. And we do have a couple of more questions I see. And one of them is from Magda. Are there any integration parties?
Integration parties? Well, yes.
Welcome parties, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So maybe not exactly to what you're thinking, but we do have a lot of opportunities for our students to interact with maybe other UCI students. So people from the US, people already like maybe some California natives. We have something, for example, called conversation partners, where students can practice the skills such as the lesson that Karen taught. They can practice those skills with other students who want to meet other international students, or maybe do like a language exchange. So that's possible. We also have a very wonderful activities team where they design, I believe for at least every day out of the quarter, there's an activity going on, whether it's something free. Sometimes they do like a wellness Wednesday.
So a walk, a guided meditation, some free smoothies sometimes, or there's some paid events. So for example, as was listed in the map that you saw in the beginning, Disneyland is very close. So sometimes students go to Disneyland, Universal Studios, for the lease in the United States Thanksgiving break. So sometimes there's trips to Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon. Those would be something that students pay for. Also, we try to provide other, like if there's a welcome orientation, so where you can do a tour of campus to see the campus facilities. So when you're here, we always try to make sure that you're busy. There's so you don't get too homesick, and also you benefit from meeting other students here in the U.S. and benefit from your time here.
And each program does also have an orientation, so a whole welcome orientation where you will meet everyone else starting in your program. They'll introduce you to our campus, some instructors, our resources, and then also a closing ceremony. So there are definitely opportunities to get to know others, to get integrated here, and to get involved.
Perfect. Okay, I still saw people reacting to that, so that's good. All right, we have still another question which just came in from Julia. Do you offer classes online as well?
So not official classes that would culminate in like a certificate, but we actually have very robust ESL courses on our Coursera. So if you're familiar with the Coursera website, there is a lot of ESL courses from our department and our instructors on there.
Great. Okay, we have another question, a good question from Kaisa. Does completing this English program provide any advantages for admission into UCI's degree programs? Or is it purely for language improvements?
Well, there's no official like connection between us and the main campus. So it's not like if you complete our ESL, you automatically get in. There's nothing like that. But we are university level studies. So students with us get very high end, very rigorous ESL training. Students improve their TOEFL and IELTS scores. That's one of the main reasons students come to study with us. So we have great instructors, great courses, great resources here that really do help students advance their English. But we can't, we don't have any kind of like agreement to have access to the main UCI campus through our courses.
You can definitely provide your, when it's a different application process as well, you can definitely provide your transcripts or certificate from when you studied with us over to the university, and the university will review and let you know their decision. But unfortunately, like Christian said, there's nothing that is like a guaranteed admission. You would still have to go through their application process.
Okay. Good. Well, we're getting thank yous already, so that is good to see. And that answered the question, I think, from Kajsa as well. Good. Well, don't see any further questions at this stage. If you still do, we have still a minute, so take advantage. We have these two experts here. And otherwise, click on the links section, I would say, under apps and links, and then you can, at your own pace, watch and read the information. Also, I noticed some people maybe had joined late. So if you feel you missed out or something, or you want to watch it again, you can do that. So right after this session, when we finish, it actually restarts. So within minutes, it will restart, and you can see it right from the start. Okay? And I think those are the last points. We don't have any further questions. I have one more last poll question. So unless we still get a question in, I see in the chat there's none, just to make sure. No. Okay. So actually, I'd like to know from you how we did. How do you feel the session was? So now you can grade us. And you see right over my head, there is that you can let us know if you feel it was living up to your expectations. Of course, if you have any feedback, do let us know. We do appreciate that by all means. And yeah, I think so far so good. And having said that, I think then we can slowly round off the session. What is, of course, left to do still, I would like to thank everybody for having joined. All the viewers, I saw a lot of different countries joining in, so I hope it was useful for you. And that we were able to answer your questions, of course. And thank you, Kristen, as well, and Alice, and of course, Karen, who was with us as well. Thank you very much for your time and your explanations. And yeah, I guess they can now get in touch with you. Maybe a last word over to you to round off the session.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you guys for taking the time to join us and learn about us. You see that link to Ask a Student? We love to tell you, don't take our word for it. We love it here, but talk to someone who did these programs. You can get real firsthand experience from students who completed these programs to learn about their experience, how they did it. So we really encourage students to use that UniBuddy feature. And then, of course, if you have any questions related to your specific situation, enrolling, choosing programs, you have a wonderful enrollment coach right here who represents that team, and they're very friendly and always ready to help answer any questions that you have. So please never hesitate to reach out to us. Answer some of your questions, and we're so glad to know that you're all excited to improve on your academic and personal goals. As Christian mentioned, please ask me questions, or you can ask anyone in our team questions. I'm so happy to help you in whatever language that may be. I know that some of you are not Spanish speakers, but either way, we're so happy to have you here, and it'd be lovely to see your faces maybe one day on campus.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day.